what they've been up until this point and what happened when the earthquake hit. But happy 6th anniversary.
Yeah, and we'll discuss that maybe on the drive-through, how this hit has affected SmackDown and NXT. Those are the two examples we can use. Once again, last week's number was 638. The 4-week average had been 577. Those were low numbers. This is significantly lower than that. But of course, it doesn't count Max, where there must be millions of viewers consuming this dead product. Jim, let's go to the quarter hours. These were compiled by WrestleNom. Wow. Quarter 1, 8 to 8:15 p.m. The Young Bucks angle. Josh Alexander and Young Bucks versus Brodito and Kenny Omega with picture-in-picture. 43,000 viewers.
Good Lord.
47 in the key demo. That's where they're going to get killed, because this is going to expose the key demo number, that it's not as high as these networks thought it was, not just for AEW, for WWE too. And that's where advertising dollars are based around. Or that's what I...
Ooh, boy, good. Start of the show was low. So basically, all the numbers that was previous hasn't been right also. If they're going in here and fixing the numbers and doing all of this, everything that they was talking about going forward with the numbers, I mean, gotta be asterisks almost behind it. I mean, they're what they were, but like if Nielsen is changing up how they do ratings, then just like Brian last said, like you got to go back and you got to look at all these numbers. But right now, it's going to expose a lot that's about to happen here. I live through companies dying. And then when you go back and then like you rewatch stuff and then like you go back and you listen to people like Jim Cornette, Bruce Pritchard, you know, all those people who's written this shit, like go back and talk about numbers. Eric Bischoff, he comes from this world, so he knows. I'm eager to see what he thinks about this.
Advertising dollars are based around. So as that number starts being exposed and dying here, the effect on wrestling will be very interesting, and it may not be a positive one. Jim, quarter 2.
See, I told you. Ooh, boy.
8:15, 8:30 p.m. Continuation of Alexander and the Bucks versus Brodito and Kenny Omega. The post-match with the Jurassic Express, Andrade, and Don Callis. 530,000 viewers.
Well, this is, again, a different animal, but it's significant that that's the smallest drop from first quarter to second quarter ever. We got that going for them. They didn't lose but 13,000 people, and it's normally a lot more than that, but they've started in the 5s.
You know, before we go even further with this, it's not that these numbers seem unreasonable. Like looking at these numbers, knowing that we've discussed these ratings week after week for a couple of years now, a few years, this seems kind of like where you would have thought they would have been if things hadn't been shown as skewing higher for a long time. But we go to quarter 3.
Yes.
8:30 to 8:45 p.m. It says video. I'm not sure what that video was. Maybe, that was the 6-year anniversary
6th
video.
anniversary video where I didn't particularly care. They didn't create art, and it was what it was.
It was nice to see Dynamite when they had fans and excitement and stars. But a video, an ad break, Mark Briscoe's backstage promo, and the start of Orange Cassidy versus Kyle Fletcher, and 10,000 viewers, also 155 in the key demo. That's the high point in the key demo.
You know, to be honest, I don't know about the total numbers, but the pattern is what I would actually expect this show to be doing until the end, as we've said it for a while, and the other numbers kind of bore it out, but this bears it out more than they did, is that the people who are motivated to watch this show it's a lower number than before, but they are going to stick with it as long as they can until there's just no hope.
Well, we go to quarter 4, 8:45 to 9 p.m. The continuation of Fletcher versus Cassidy with picture-in-picture ads, and the post-match with Hologram, or at least Hologram Bizarro, and the Don Callis family, 1,000 viewers.
Yeah, 543, 530, 510, 517. They would have killed for that kind of consistency when they started in the 9s and 8s.
And it is important to note, big baseball game that aired this night, Red Sox and Yankees actually did the highest number for a baseball game on ESPN in forever. So there was competition, although...
Do you think there's a big Cincinnati Reds fucking AEW wrestling crossover audience?
Well, I'm not sure, but let's go now to the big 9 o'clock hour, Q5, 9 to 9:15 p.m. Mercedes Monet's backstage promo, as bad as ever, an ad break, and the start of Adam Page and the Ops versus the Death Riders, 90,000 viewers.
Okay, and they lost 27,000 at the top of the hour. That is the biggest loss they've had at this point. Not good.
Not good at all. We go to Q6, 9:15 to 9:30 p.m. The continuation of Page and the Ops versus the Death Riders with picture-in-picture, Jet Speed, Willow Nightingale, FTR and Stokely's promo, and an ad break, 484,000 viewers.
And another 6,000 down. They are still only 59,000 down from the start of the show after an hour and a half. But the problem is they started so low to begin with. But I have to think that after Q8, the thing is going to plummet like a stone because they had a couple of ratings killers in there at that point.
Well, Jim, we now go to Q7, 9:30 to 9:45 p.m. Adam Page's backstage promo, Tony Storm versus Ty Mello with picture-in-picture, and the post-match, 477,000 viewers.
Another 7. It's a chip, CHIP, not the other type of cracked piece.
Okay, you were done there? I wasn't sure where you were going.
I didn't want to use bad terminology.
Let's go
talking
now.
About another small hunk that's been chipped out of the number.
Let's go now to Q8. I remind you, we have 2 segments, 30 minutes overtime here. 9:45 to 10 p.m., Q8. The Sammy Guevara Eddie Kingston promo, an ad break, Samoa Joe's backstage promo, and GOA versus the Swirl.
Here's where it's going to go.
With picture-in-picture ads, 402,000 viewers.
Ouch. I didn't know it would go that far, but I hope the passengers weren't hurt when they hit that air pocket and had that sudden drop.
We go now to Q9, 10 to 10:15 p.m. The Demand Hurt Syndicate live angle, Chris Statlander's backstage promo.
The Demand. That's what it was.
The problem is there's no demand. Okada, Takeshita, and Don Callis' backstage angle, an ad break, and the start of Darby Allin and Chris Statlander versus Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta, 56,000 viewers, 96,000 in the key demo.
Sweet Mary and Joseph.
Yeah, I have to say it too here because it drove me crazy, and I've brought it up before, but it happened again. Marina Shafir stepped on the thumbtacks in the match, and that looks as painful as any thumbtack thing anyone takes a bump into, just actually stepping on them. The announcers started laughing. Go back and watch that. As soon as it happened, Excalibur starts chuckling. That's your lead announcer. That's part of the problem. He's a fucking amateur. But Jim, finally.
So they started with 543,000 people and lost 205,000 of them. That's fairly close. That's 40%, ain't it, or more? It's almost close to 50%, but Jesus.
It's a scary picture now for wrestling. Just real quick here at the end of these. NXT on CW, Tuesday, September 16th, 737,000 viewers. Tuesday, September 23rd, and I think this is the first week that it may have been affected, 17,000 viewers. This past week, September 30th, 572,000 viewers. Sling shows are hemorrhaging audiences with this new measurement tool. That's not good for wrestling.
Well, and if this is more accurate, they may not be hemorrhaging the audiences. They may just be getting caught with their hand in the fucking cookie jar.
That's true. That's true. And we'll stay on top of this story, but this might be a bigger story every day as we go forward. The new ratings gathering technology, methodology, and how it affects wrestling. But there's AEW Dynamite, record low rating for the show.
It's going to change a lot. But if you like watching the show, AEW, whatever it is, you're going to watch, right? You're going to watch. I mean, who knows what this change is going to do, but it's starting to really This changes a lot. I don't know how it is gonna change it, but I'm just gonna just see it how I see it as a consumer. I'll wait till they get more information on that and I can just talk about it. I don't know what that is, but I can tell you right now, Tony, it ain't looking good for you. Nielsen thing just going to just like expose and show where your company really is and what are you going to do about it. This is his big test right here. This is Tony Khan's big test. These numbers are out and it's bad. But it's going to be like, okay, Tony, you see the numbers. These ratings are low. What are we going to do here, Tony? You got to do something different. Tony, can you please just give the book to Jeff Jarrett? I mean, give it to Daniel Bryan. You got a lot of folks back here. I don't know how he can. Maybe he just sees things just his way and not the way that it should be. Who am I to speak for him? But I'm just telling you about what I see here and what I think is the cause. And it is the cause because I do listen to Jim Cornette and Brian Last. And I'm looking at what I'm seeing and you see they got so much talent over there. They do. They got a lot of good talent over there that if they were in the right system, they would be so better off. I think Sammy Guevara is good. I like him. Even though in the beginning he started to do all of this shit, the jumping flips and all this stuff, you know, I'm crazy. He thinking that shit gonna get him anywhere. If you could take that talent and put it through the WWE system, what they could be. Look at Anna Jay. Look at Camille, Megan Bain. I'll even go as far as say Luchasaurus. Lee Moriarty, Eddie Kingston. How is it that you make a return and you're just the same size as you were as when you left? I don't get that. And I seen you like doing like workouts and stuff with the wrestler dude. I forgot his name, Bonnie or something like that. Benoni or something like that. He was in NXT, and I seen stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, Eddie's finna work out and he's finna rehab. He's gonna come back and he gonna take this shit over. But you come back and you're the same size and then you get gas, winded. You come back looking sloppy. And now where are you now? Nowhere to be found. What is he going to do now? I guess that's the thing that I'm trying to say here. Is what is he gonna do now? It's like he's on a talk show and now everybody has like, okay, these are the numbers. These are the true numbers here. All that shit before, they matter, but then again, they don't really matter. These are what the numbers here. Okay, Tony, this is how your company really been doing. But last week is when the numbers really kicked in, and this is what they are right now. How are you going to respond to this? And it's like he's just sitting in the chair. He don't know. He ain't never been put in this position before. That's what I'm talking about here. He ain't been put in this position before. This is bad for wrestling all around. I don't see how. You got Netflix, right? You got HBO Max, right? Then turn that shit on and watch it when you want to watch it. That's what it's supposed to be. See, now business is finna really get down to business, okay? If you're a wrestling fan, watch that shit. I want to see them numbers on Netflix. I want to see them numbers on HBO Max. Them the numbers I really want to see because that's how this stuff is being viewed now. That could be a reason why his ratings are so low. Maybe people want to just watch it on Max. Who knows? But everything is being brought to the table, Tony. And Tony, I want to see what you do with it. You got a nice long week ahead of you. You got a show called Title Tuesday. And Yam did no promotion for the match, just one match. That's Mercedes Moné versus a Florida girl. What? Ain't got nothing else planned. Nothing's been promoted. Edge gone filming TV shows. He really want to get that match with John Cena, but that may be taking it a little too far. You got all these people that you have that could really turn this stuff around and really try to make something out of this clown show that you're running. That's exactly what it is. It's a clown show. And these people are looking at this shit and they turning it off down to damn near 390 some thousand people on a Dynamite. Those are collision numbers. Say you do have a problem. They can say a lot of stuff about, the numbers and all that shit. Look, you got a problem. This show has been bad. These numbers are now just exposing it to people who actually think these numbers good. So basically, the people who thought this show was great and all that, and they looking at these numbers that they were. And man, there's 800 some thousand people, when really it could have been 600 some thousand people. But Tony, you the star of the show. You the star of the show. The ratings go bad. Everything go bad in that company. You are the person that is going to be taking the heat for it. And I just want to know how you going to bounce back from all of this. How is wrestling going to bounce back from all of this? All these numbers. This is going to change how WWE move. It's going to change a lot of things. This just don't affect Tony. This affect Triple H, TKO, and everybody else too. It's affect everybody. But Tony, I want to see, more importantly, out of any of these people, I ain't worried about WWE. They got a high hill to fall. They numbers start high, millions. Your numbers start 500,000, maybe 6. You got